Actually believing in this one book is truly the definition of believing in all the previous books. And this is so important to understand. You know, we think that the Christians and the Jews, they also believe in the prophets. They also have Abraham, they also have Noah, they also have Moses, yes? Let me tell you, they do believe in those prophets, but they don't believe in those prophets. They do and they don't. If you study Moses in the Bible, and you study Musa in the Quran, alayhi salam, it's like you're talking about two different people. If you study Ibrahim alayhi salam in the Quran, and you study Abraham in the Bible and the things they say about him in the Bible, you will not believe that that is Ibrahim alayhi salam they're talking about. You will not believe it. I've experienced this. I've had conversations with rabbis and ministers about Abraham, about Noah, about Moses. I have learned many things from them. And the most important things I've learned is they don't know what a Rasul means. They don't know what that means. You know, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Abul Anbiya alayhi salam, Khalilur Rahman, that Nabi, that great Rasul, Ibrahim alayhi salam, when they talk about him, I was asking a rabbi, I was talking to him. I said, what do you believe about Abraham? What is the biggest lesson you learned from Abraham? And you know what the Muslims learn, right? إِذْ قَالَ لَهُ رَبُّهُ أَسْلِمْ قَالَ أَسْلَمْتُ لِرَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. That is what we learn from Ibrahim alayhi salam. How do you submit to Allah? So I'm asking the rabbi, what do you learn from Abraham? And the rabbi tells me, a friend of mine, he tells me, well, what we learn is that we have the right to argue with God. Say that again. Yeah, we learn to argue with God. From who? From Abraham. I was like, wait, hold on a second. What we learn from Abraham is that there are no arguments, you just submit. The one man who is the greatest example that you never argue with Allah, you just submit, is who? Ibrahim alayhi salam. And the rabbi tells me that Abraham inspired us to argue with God. Talk about reverse engineering, dude. This is reverse engineering. How this car only goes in reverse? How did you do that? He goes, well, you know, Abraham, when the angels came to destroy the nation of Lut, he negotiated. That must mean that you should negotiate with God and everything. I said, you know, you need to explain yourself more, my friend. I don't understand. He goes, you know, I'll explain it to you. It's like a father and a son relationship. When a son is small, the father tells him, sit over there, go over there, go over there, and he does it. The son just listens. Yeah? But when the son gets older and the father says, you should study accounting, and the son says, I think Dad, I should study engineering instead. And he gives arguments, and the father says, okay, makes sense. So as the son gets older, he gets more mature, and he can make his own opinions, and he can argue with his father, and the father is proud of him, because my son is becoming a man, he can argue with me now. And I said, what does that have to do with Allah? We're not the son of Allah, ma'adallah. What are you talking about? He goes, well, you know, the idea is the older you get, the more mature you get, the more you have the right to what? Argue. When you're a child, you just trust your parents. When you get older, you can argue. I was like, okay, I have one question. Ibrahim, they believe that the one that was slaughtered was who? They believe it's Ismail, they believe it is Ishaq. So I asked him, when Abraham slaughtered Isaac, or he was trying to slaughter Isaac according to you, was he a young man or an old man? Abraham was an old man. I was like, so as he got older, he should be arguing with Allah even more, yeah? According to you? So when the angels are going to kill another nation, he argues. But according to you, when he's going to kill his own son, he doesn't argue? He should at least say, yeah, look, that's my son. Can you give me a discount here a little bit? Can I just slap him instead of, you know? No. There's no negotiation. You know? فَلَمَّا أَسْلَمَا وَتَلَّهُ لِلْجَبِينِ. What are you talking about? He got older, but he increased in submission, not in negotiation. Oh, he goes, you make an interesting point. I was like, okay, that's enough then. That's the rabbi's way of saying, I don't want to talk to you anymore. is when they say, you make an interesting point. We, the Muslims, are actually, one of our jobs in the world is to restore the integrity and the beauty of all the messengers and all the previous books. And you can only do that when you share the Quran with the entire world. The Jews don't know who Moses is, I tell you. They don't know who Abraham is. The Christians don't actually know who Jesus is. We know who he is, and we have to tell them. People think when you give da'wah to Islam, you have to tell people who Muhammad is sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I argue they will not appreciate Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam because they don't even appreciate their own prophets yet. The Quran has come to restore the dignity of their prophets. I go to churches and I talk about Jesus. I go to churches and I talk about Moses. I talk about Abraham from the Quran. I was talking about Ibrahim alayhi salam in one of the durus, and the same rabbi was sitting in the audience. He was crying the whole time. He was crying the whole time. And everything I say is the opposite of what he reads. The opposite. And he's still crying. Because they know. يَعْرِفُونَهُ كَمَا يَعْرِفُونَ أَبْنَاءَهُمْ. They know. This is our job, people. We have to know this book and we have to share the beauty of this book.